Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Dr. Vincent Esposito, and welcome back to the plant-based cooking series where we take plants and we make them taste awesome. Today we're doing a loaded baked sweet potato. Now, you can make loaded baked sweet potatoes a variety of different ways. Today we're gonna do it with some toasted chickpeas and spinach, and we're gonna top it with this tahini kind of Dijon honey mustard dressing, and it'll come together very quickly. And it's a super simple dinner. It's very easy to make in bulk if you want. You can bake the potatoes ahead of time. You just split them open. But we'll break it down step by step and we'll get right into the recipe. But before, if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to the channel below. Coming out videos every week, everything nutrition, health, wellness, longevity, awesome plant-based recipes, gut health. If you want that type of information, here is the place. But I will stop wasting your time. Let's get right into the video and I will see you on the other side. Okay, so today we are starting by, we're gonna poke holes in all our sweet potatoes. The reason we're gonna do this is so they'll kind of release some air as they cook in the oven. So make sure you're getting like an even amount of holes on all sides. And then what you see we're gonna do here, we're gonna take some oil with like a teaspoon of salt, and we're just gonna brush all the sides of all our sweet potatoes. And the nice part about sweet potatoes in this recipe, I think, is the fact that you can actually bake your sweet potatoes ahead of time and then just make a stuffing, and you're kind of good to go at that point. But you know, today we're just gonna do it all basically as we're cooking the sweet potatoes. And that's the nice part too. This recipe will take as long as the sweet potatoes have to cook. So we're gonna go put them in the oven for about 45 minutes at 375 degrees. And while that's done, we are going to prep everything else. So we're gonna start here with our tahini sort of honey mustard sauce. We're not gonna actually use honey, as you'll see, but you can use honey as the sweetener. It's really up to you. So we go in with a few tablespoons of tahini. We're gonna add the juice of 1 lemon. We're gonna go in with about a tablespoon and a half of mustard. I'm using Dijon mustard. Dijon mustard is kind of my go-to. And then for the sweetener, we're going with coconut nectar. Again, you can go with honey. Honey's sweeter, so you can use less. A pinch of salt, and then we're gonna add about a tablespoon and a half of water. And then we are just gonna whisk it. Now this could take a while depending on how kind of thick your tahini is, but we're gonna whisk it together however long as it takes. And we are going to set that aside until we need it when we are dressing our loaded sweet potato. Now, for this recipe, just to get some greens in, we're gonna add a little bit of spinach. So I'm gonna cut a couple bunches that I rinsed off, put them in a bowl, and they will be set for the last step of cooking. And I've mentioned before about getting spinach in. It's very easy to get in, to kind of sneak into things. I would suggest varying what you do. Don't always use spinach, but this just happened to fall into place for this recipe. So we're gonna set a pan to like medium heat. We're gonna oil it up with some olive oil. We're gonna go in with our aromatics. Today we are using red onion and we are using garlic, something very similar to this channel if you have been around for a while. So we're gonna stir that around occasionally. Don't make sure the garlic doesn't burn. So we're, turning it every so often, every 30, 45 seconds ish. And we are waiting for that nice caramelization of your onion. May take it a little bit translucent, like 4 to 5 minutes. Then we are going to add our chickpeas. And again, toss that to combine. We're gonna season it a little bit, a little salt, a little pepper. And we are just gonna kind of cook this all down for a few minutes further. And yeah, you're gonna kind of want to do the same thing. We're gonna kind of stir occasionally as we're going along, make sure, we're not getting burnt bits and things of that nature. And then we are gonna add our spices. So today we have a mixture of garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of oregano, and a little bit of cumin. That's going in. We're gonna season with a little bit more pepper and a little bit more salt, and we are gonna toss this all to combine and really kind of make sure those flavors are kind of evenly spread in our kind of stuffing here. And then towards the end, again, you've seen this before on this channel, it is time to add our spinach. And this is gonna take a few minutes. You're gonna have to do it in bunches. Again, you'll see like all the spinach I have is not gonna fit into this pan. It looks overwhelming, but it will fit easily as you cook it down. So no rush, just take some time. You might wanna season with a little salt and pepper as you're going to kind of make sure everything's kind of evenly coated. But you don't need much, just kind of see how much you need as you go along. Obviously, if you like it spicier, you can add chili flakes and stuff like that. I did not today. But, you know, do that, do you. See what you like. Okay, so all our spinach is added and cooked down, and now it is time to make our sweet potato. So our sweet potato is done. We're simply just gonna cut it down the middle. You can scoop out some of the middle if you want. I prefer to just have it whole. It makes it for a more kind of filling and satisfying dish. So we're gonna add a couple spoonfuls here of our stuffing here, and then we're gonna top it with our tahini mustard sauce, a few tablespoons of that, and then we're gonna top it all off with some broccoli sprouts to add a little crunch, a bit more nutrition, and that kind of brings everything together here. So this is a great thing you could put together in, you know, less than an hour. It's really going to take as long as the sweet potato does. And I hope you enjoy it. Again, there's a bunch of different variations of loaded sweet potatoes. You can go Tex-Mex, you can go more Mediterranean, you can go more Asian. You could use this as kind of a template to do that, and then just switch your ingredients depending on what you want. But I hope you enjoyed this recipe, guys. So if you did, please like and subscribe below. Coming out with videos every week. Everything nutrition, health, wellness, longevity, plant-based recipes that taste awesome. I promise, this tasted awesome. So if you're interested in any of that, it's coming out every week. And until then, guys, take care, and I'll see you then.